Hey everyone. I previously gave you the tip on the materials management setting, this new setting here. Right here, I said turn it off. It's now on by default. I told you to turn it off so
What do you
that
need, friend?
when you come here and you go to upgrade your secondary gear, if it isn't at level 10 yet, you can use the lower tier enigmatic crystals to upgrade it. Once it gets to level 10, you can only use cryptic crystals to upgrade it. If that setting is turned on where it'll use whatever, either one, low tier or high tier. So I didn't want you to, it'll just say, if I combined between this type of crystal and this one, if I combined had enough 225 here, it would just say that I could upgrade it. So I told you to turn it off. So you don't waste the higher tier materials on the lower tier items. However, I didn't think about the fact that it applies to all materials. So this one, I could have sworn I had enough scrap materials and dust by now, but it's saying I don't, and it's because that what I've been getting now with the update in the game is the higher tier, and these are the lower tier materials. So I
All right.
actually need to go and turn that setting on.
What do you need, friend?
So now it'll use the higher tier ones. Hey, just a quick update on this update about the update. I can't believe I didn't notice this, but a clanmate pointed out to me that there's actually, you don't have to turn that setting on, every time you want to do an upgrade if you're leaving it off. There's actually a convert button here for when you don't have enough of the right materials. You can convert them. The amount that you need. It'll let you do that right here. But one little thing about it, and this may be a glitch that gets fixed later, but this convert button wasn't actually there when just a minute ago I had 0 enchanting dust. So at least right now you have to have a little bit of the old materials, not 0, and then this convert button becomes an option. So it's probably easier just to leave the setting on that will automatically use either tier. It's just, you just really just want to be careful with your secondary gear that you're only using enigmatic crystals until they get to level 10 when you have to use cryptic. So, with this conversion, though, another thing to pay attention to is these materials, whichever tier they're in, are not as valuable as the crystals over here. So it's fine to convert them to high tier to low tier, but the higher tier beguiling dust is still much more valuable than low tier scrap materials. So before I use up that much beguiling dust, I could actually be converting some scrap materials into the enchanted dust. So I'm going to do that. So I only need 1.1k scrap materials, so I can convert 1.4k into enchanted dust. So we do that. Gets us just that much more enchanted dust, so we just have that much less beguiling dust that we're going to use on the conversion. So now we have the right amount of scrap materials we need, and we just need more enchanted dust, so I will convert that, and now I can upgrade. And since my videos can't be too short, and I gotta talk about a few things, can never just have one little quick topic. So my other topic here is the order of upgrading the gear here. So with secondary, I kind of was doing the thing most people do and just upgrading them all and then all again one at a time. And then I realized these ones give the stats I care more about, strength and vitality, so I started doing those. And then it started to get expensive. And so then I really started to look at how much does it cost, how much combat rating am I getting for the amount of crystals that you're using. And so then I started doing that, and by that point they were all at level 6. So from 6 to 7, if you do the math, it's a little more expensive than, so they're all 6. So I did 1 to 6. Now, I mean 1 to level 7. So now this one's level 7. It costs 200 to upgrade it when it's at level 7, and you get 8 combat rating out of it, where this is giving you 6. And just if you do the math, from 7 to 8 is actually cheaper than from 6 to 7. And then again, from 8 to 9 is actually a little bit, it's almost the same, slightly cheaper though than from 6 to 7. And then from 9 to 10 is still cheaper. So I kind of think the best way to go is the getting the most combat rating per the amount of crystals you're spending. But maybe early on, when they don't cost very much, go for the ones with the stats you care more about. But for these, for your main gear, I've been doing, once they all hit level 6, I would pick one piece of gear and upgrade it 5 levels to get that next magic bonus that you get, the bonus attributes here. And I kind of, a lot of people do all of them to 1, then all to 2, all to 3, and you just keep doing that. I think you're going to get more combat rating for the cost doing that, but it's not going to be too much of a savings compared to doing it this way, I think. Someone let me know if you want to do the math on that. But I think this way is much more beneficial because you're getting that extra bonus magic attribute here, and then which allows you to get a family set bonus there if you have the Reforce Stones, and if you choose to try to do that. Now that's another topic of discussion. Let me know what you think. One way to go is just get the 3 best bonus attributes for your build. Like, for most people, maximum life, well, I guess damage is more of most people's focus, but for me as a melee class, maximum life, and especially at PvP, attack speed is a big one. And then things like primary attack damage, skill damage, crit, stuff like that. One way to go is to just get 3 of your best things and do that for all the gear, and not worry about trying to get a family bonus here, because they're not. I mean, they're powerful when they proc, but I mean it's such a small chance. Even if you get multiple ones of the same family. So I guess I kind of like it. Back to the upgrading, I like going 5 levels at a time and getting that, upgrading it till you get that next bonus attribute. But I'm up in the air about whether to go for just the best 3 and do it for all of them, the best 3 bonus attributes, or whether to try to get family bonuses. Let me know what you think. I've already done that for these, so I'm just sticking with it. And this one is real nice for PvP, occasionally stunning everyone and damaging them. And then this one, the 100% damage, if that happens at the right time, you can, if you crit at the right time, it could be a real big hit. So, and I went with this one, not for the family bonus. The Hydra is not that great, but these are some of the better bonus attributes that are actually like helpful overall. So let me know what you think about that, whether to go for the family bonuses or just the 3 best ones for your build. But I do think, and I guess let me know what you think also about whether going 5 levels at a time or all 1 at a time. I personally like getting that extra bonus attribute. So now, back to my first point, now that I've turned on that it will use the higher tier materials, now it says I have enough and I can do it. And for these materials, like I said, they're a lot easier to... That's what I'm getting the higher tier ones now. you know, I don't even get the lower tier ones. So that, for that reason, you know, for upgrading this gear, I don't mind using it, but I don't want to accidentally use some cryptic crystals to upgrade the lower tier gear here when I could be using enigmatic. So at least for me, I'm going to play it safe and turn this off. So that's just my little update on the materials management setting. I think it's best to leave it off and just convert scraps and dust as needed to upgrade your primary gear, because you don't want to accidentally use cryptic crystals to upgrade your secondary gear that it hasn't reached level 10 yet. Once it all is at level 10, then you can turn that setting on and you don't have to worry about it anymore. And then I talked about the best order, I think, of upgrading gear. So for secondary, I think just pick the ones that... pick whichever upgrade is going to give you the most combat rating for the amount of crystals that you're spending to do it. Always giving priority to the top 3 because they have the better stats for your class, strength and vitality, or intelligence and vitality. And then for the primary gear, I think level them all 1 level at a time, all to 1, all to 2, all to 3. Once they get to 6, I think pick one, level it 5 times so you get that extra bonus attribute. Do that with all the rest of them. Then again, now they're all at 11. Pick one to level it to 16 to get that third bonus attribute and potentially a family bonus. And then when you're picking of these items, which ones, your helmet and then your main hand and offhand have your better stats, strength and vitality or intelligence and vitality. And then these 3, willpower and fortitude. So prioritize helmet and main hand offhand first, and then also within those subsets you can prioritize, like I did this one first because it already had 2 from the same family, and same here, already had 2 bonus attributes from the same family, so it was going to be easy to get a family bonus. I still need to reforge that third one there. And that's just the priority to go, but I think 5 levels at a time to get your next bonus attribute is the way to go. Let me know if you agree or disagree on that, and then let me know what you think about whether to go for family bonuses or to just go for bonus attributes that are the best overall, most beneficial overall, like to help with damage output or increase your life, stuff like that. So if you learned something, if you enjoyed it, if you appreciate it, please leave a like. If you want to see more Diablo Immortal content or support me, please subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you in the next one.